season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they go play action with Howell. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Here's the give to McIntosh. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Seahawks had 5-9 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
He gets away from one. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7?
Touchdown, Vikings!
Jordan Addison.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They'll run with McIntosh.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
This is McIntosh.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Vikings 38-yard line.
Here we go, hey.
From the gun, here's Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Oh, nice move. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll run on 1st down. McIntosh. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll keep it on the ground. McIntosh.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
6-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Zach Charbonnet
from 6 yards away.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
69 yards.
And the Vikings are able to move back in front.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency. Maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle they go. McIntosh.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll keep it on the ground. McIntosh. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
On 1st down, McIntosh. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
There we go, Sonoma.
Now Smith. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Hey, here we go, hey. Here we go, Sonoma.
Geno now to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing now is Geno. End zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. Travis Kelce from 19 yards away.
And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there. And this remains a 7-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate...
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Smith. This ball caught by McIntosh. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Here's Smith. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Geno. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, Pringles.
Oh, and his early struggles continue.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, Bank at the 39-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Here's Smith.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the 2nd half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Darnold from the gun. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sand. Now it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw, Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Darnold.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Smith.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now 2nd and 9.
Faking the give, Darnold. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Smith now to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing again is Smith. The tight end, Kelsey. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Still on his feet.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Jones.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Darnold now to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Cameron Bynum.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have